The Fox 61 News at 6 starts now.
And we're following breaking news in Bristol right now. A fire tore through a house this afternoon. Thanks for watching the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. It happened on Mitchell Street. We take you live to Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot. Kay.
When I got here an hour ago, there was a lot of traffic. Now the road is blocked off, and behind me is the home that caught on fire. We're going to zoom in just so you can see flames and smoke were coming out of the top floor and in the garage. In the pictures that my producers are going to show, you're going to see that heavy fire coming out of it. Now, neighbors also tell me they did see people being carried out on a stretcher. We are not sure, how they're doing, but that is what a neighbor told us. And when we have any more updates, we'll be sure to share that all. For now, live in Bristol, Kay Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
We also have some breaking news in Southington. A motorcyclist has been hospitalized with serious injuries. Multiple roads are closed right now. 4 vehicles and a motorcycle crashed this afternoon. Police say it happened around 1:25 near the Meriden-Waterbury Turnpike and Canal Street. We don't know how many people were involved or any other injuries. Investigators are still on the scene.
Well, today is Connecticut's second to last day of winter normalcy.
Oh my gosh.
There's a countdown.
Come Saturday, temperatures will plunge and a lot more snow will coat the state. You can see some of it here on the radar.
There's a lot to talk about. And honestly, if we didn't have Rachel Frank here all the time, if I didn't work with Rachel Frank, I would have no idea what's going on because there's so much going on. The temperatures are going to plunge below zero.
And when you come in here to ask her for the information, there's a line.
Yeah. There's a line.
There's a line of people waiting to talk to her
and
here.
she's like, I don't know. Look at social media.
No, I don't.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
But I do say,
she's very nice.
I apologize for not making eye contact, but I am updating 7
so
things
busy.
at once. Yes. So first we've got the bitter cold, and that's a big story, right? But then after that, we have the most impactful winter storm that we've seen in at least several years. I have to go back and look. When was the last time we just had a foot of snow? So a winter storm watch is in effect for everybody starting Sunday morning and continuing into Monday afternoon. How much are we expecting? Our preliminary estimates are between 10 to 16 inches of light and fluffy snow. Most areas end up getting right around a foot. This is going to start heading into Sunday morning. It will pick up in intensity Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening, and it will all come to an end Monday afternoon. However, I think while the heaviest is over, by the time we head into Monday at around daybreak, I still think there could be a little bit of additional accumulation. In terms of impacts, we're looking at travel issues, snow removal, and also a snow day likely on Monday. Here's a look at the cold weather advisory because, of course, we've got to deal with that as well. You don't see this very often in Connecticut. It starts 10 p.m. Friday night and continues until 10 a.m. on Saturday with wind chills that could be as low as 20 degrees below zero. So they wanted to give everybody a heads up. Frostbite can occur in 30 minutes with wind chills like that if you're not protected. In the meantime, it is the calm before the storm. I enjoyed today so much with temperatures in the 40s, but we're going to talk about the snow on the way, the cold that follows as well. Your full forecast is coming up.
Rachel, thank you. And remember, the state's cold weather protocol will activate tomorrow at noon. It'll remain in effect until next Wednesday. Anyone in need of shelter or a warming center, 211 is there to help, and transportation can be provided as well. We will have extended coverage of the winter storm this weekend. Tune in Saturday at 6 p.m. on Fox 61 Plus. We'll also be on Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus on Sunday at 5:30, right before the NFC Championship game. You can stream the radar anytime, 24/7.
And AAA is encouraging us all to be prepared, especially if you have to drive out in the cold and the snow. And here are some tips. For every 10-degree drop in temperature, tires can lose 1 pound per square inch of air pressure. Now, officials say to make sure your tires have good traction and are properly inflated. AAA also recommends having your car battery checked by a professional to ensure it's strong enough to face the cold weather.
Below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, your car battery loses more than a third of its power just to start the vehicle. Once we get closer to 0 degrees Fahrenheit, the battery loses 60% of its strength. Always go into a snowstorm with a full tank of gas. Run your errands Friday night during the day on Saturday. If you don't have to be out there on the roadways on Sunday, don't be.
You heard it there. Keeping your gas tank at least half full helps to avoid gas line freeze up. And one last tip here, make sure all lights are working properly so that you can see and be in bad weather conditions.
Yeah, and here are some more tips, just in case you do have to get out on the roads. We've talked a lot about keeping your gas tank full. One other reason is if you get stuck out there on the road and you have to wait, you need to be able to idle your car and just keep that heater on. You don't want to run out of gas when you need that heat. Be sure to have jumper cables on board, a first aid kit, chargers, a snow shovel, a flashlight, some snacks and some water, maybe some protein bars and water. And don't forget items to help you stay warm, boots, and a blanket. All right, Hamden has had a violent start to the year. Police say 3 women were stabbed on Friday on Pine Rock Avenue. And then the next day, a person was shot and killed in a car on Mix Avenue. After that, a boy was shot in the legs near Bowen Street. So the town of Hamden is reeling tonight, not just from the gunfire, but from grief.
And a mother of one of the victims sat down with us today. She says her son was found shot and killed in the middle of the day. Fox 61's Solene Arif shares her son's story outside of this tragedy.
Kina Washington lost her son in the town's first deadly shooting of 2026. For her, Hamden is home, but after the recent violence here, she tells me this isn't the same town she moved her family to. As days go by, this mother's mind keeps going back to what happened here on Mix Avenue, the last place her son ever went to.
They definitely hurt us really bad, but it's not even just us, it's a lot of people, like his friends and teachers, and they took a real special person from us.
Kina Washington says she doesn't know much more than what police have shared with the public, that her son Kevon was found shot in a car. They believe he was ambushed by 3 people who then ran away. Washington says she doesn't want anyone else to get hurt from this situation, but she hopes those protecting the suspects come forward.
If you were my son, you wouldn't want your mom to be in the pain that I'm in and the pain my children are in and my parents.
She says the people responsible stole a bright future from this world. At only 18, her son had big dreams. He went to culinary school and wanted to open up a barbecue restaurant. She says he was a family man who adored his siblings and just wanted to make everyone happy.
He wanted everybody around him to win that he loved and just to do good, and his goal was to buy a farm for my parents to live on.
Hours before her son was shot, another shooting happened in this area on Treadwell Street. Police say 2 people got in a fight at a party here, and a security guard was shot in the abdomen trying to break up the fight.
Yeah, this is definitely a shock, the way everything's been happening.
And now another shooting that police say happened a few days later. The victim was a juvenile who was shot in the legs. He's in stable condition, and police say several people were involved who went to the victim's driveway and fired multiple rounds into the house. All 3 shootings are under investigation, with police sharing limited details at this time. Hamden police ask anyone with information to give them a call, and information can be shared anonymously. In Hamden, Solene Arif, Fox 61.
Coming up the next half hour, we'll hear from the family of 22-year-old Deron Johnson. He was shot and killed Monday afternoon, and we learn what kind of person he was and his family's message to the person who killed him. That's coming up in the next half hour.
Investigators say they believe a shooting in downtown Norwich this morning was a targeted attack. There have been no reported injuries at this point. Police tell us shots were fired near School and John Streets around 2:50. Officers say a home and a parked car were hit by bullets. Officials haven't said who or how many people were involved or what led to it. Anyone who can help with this investigation should contact the police. And 7 fire departments battled a fire at a Stafford home yesterday. As you can see, officials say it's a total loss. It happened on Mountain Road. Firefighters say the cold temperatures and the wind played a role in putting the fire out. Thankfully, no one was hurt there, and the cause of that fire is under investigation now.
Well, new here at 6, Newtown police charged a 19-year-old and 2 other teens today. They say they stole vehicles and crashed them this morning. Officers were called to Butterfield Road around 1:35 for a 2-car crash. Investigators say they later found out that those vehicles were stolen. They found another stolen vehicle in the area as well. 19-year-old Rashawn Woods was in court this morning. A 13-year-old and a 15-year-old were also hospitalized from the crash. They're now back with their parents.
Well, a man was sentenced to 25 years in prison for murdering the mother of an Olympic athlete 3 years ago. Levi Brock was sentenced for his role in the death of 56-year-old Mabel Martinez Anton Georgi. Police said Brock got into a dispute with a man, and he and 2 others opened fire on a car they thought that man was riding in. Police say a stray bullet hit Anton Georgi while she was knitting in her home at Waterbury. Now, she is the mother of Puerto Rican Olympic athlete Yarmar Mercado Martinez, who was actually competing in Brazil when her mother was killed. The other 2 men involved have also been sentenced.
Developing here at 610, Bridgeport's Police Chief Roderick Porter is under investigation. The city attorney and chief administrative office released a joint statement saying union leaders and other department members came to them with concerns. They haven't told us what those concerns are, though. We're told a private firm has been hired to investigate Chief Porter. We have calls out to the mayor. We want to learn more.